Hey, here's here. Um, how can I put this? I've been texting a lot and getting into comment replies and stuff. Oh, jeez, it's just it's so elegant when I go into things like, and I got into comment replies. I wish I could freaking uh type talk the way I could type, which probably other people say, yeah, you do that pretty badly too. But this thing about skeptics, I don't know if I look at myself and I think, okay, being honest and self-critical, you have to judge yourself with a unbiased eye. How do I measure my views on the merit and worth comparable to my life, my social standing, my person, who I am, and who I project, which is two different things, but we can all read behind the mask, more or less. Some people have better masks than others. Some people don't try. Everyone tries to put their best foot forward. That's what I mean by mask. It's just. Every time I say, that's where in the video, since I'm just, um, since I'm just, is when I forget something. But yeah, it's when I forget something. I have memory problems. So, I'm trying to friggin' wing these videos because I can't read a script to save my life. And so I just muddle through and go to one point to another, and it's all rambly and discombobulated, and just so I end up making a mockery of it. But I admit, if I'm not self conscious of much in my real life, I tend to be a little self conscious about my video presenting skills. Like if I was getting up in front of a college class, and this was something like a communication degree, and I was trying to actually, I don't know, the thesaurus goes blank. I was actually trying to communicate something in an intelligent and timely manner, professionally, and give a concise and sharp consensus. And it'd be nice to have a little bit of freaking sharp wit about me too, to actually communicate some of these ideas. Like, for example, I'm talking about skeptics. And the reason I bring up all this, like, self-inflection and doubt and, I don't know, hopefully not, what's that word? Well, hopefully, I'm not lambasting myself too much. Self-lamenting. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, there's a word. Self-lamenting. That's what I hate. I want to snap. I'm like a duelist that keeps dropping his sword in a battle of freaking pointed whips. No. Will it ever get better? I don't remember the 90s very well. But on to what the hell time is it? Oh, okay, 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I wasted your time. Anyway, to wrap it up very quickly, I was talking about skepticism. Well, I was actually commenting on a video of the Breakfast Club, and I yes, if I'm getting the name right, and I'm pretty sure I've only read it 10 million times and talked to the guy for years now. Okay, let me try the name. It's just that's what I hate about my intellect. It's so damn foggy. I hate that. And then occasionally it'll be normal. And what feels like brilliant might actually just be normal. That's normal at all. But anyway, the name is Nathan Brendan Myers. Check him out. I actually like what he's saying. And it's like, yes, I like what he's saying, but now who said it differently? Oh, this is about it was his reply to serious mind Swan Song while he's stepping away from the Breakfast Club. Yes. And he's doing that because he didn't say problematic, but he won't support, or did he say platform? I don't know. I don't think he said platform and problematic per se. And he did bring up anti-SJWs. And I admit some cogent points in the criticism of them. But I don't think anybody who is not, is leaning towards an SJW can see that those criticisms have a validity that they will not recognize. Because he made criticisms, it's like social justice is wrong. It says it's wrong. Criticizing it and even lambasting it is right. Even though we can agree that civil liberties and I like to say the three axioms for what I consider a healthy society, and that's liberty, justice, and freedom. I keep repeating that specifically because there's things that are socially progressive and can be economically progressive that I do support because I am an economic progressive ish, but I don't support these views. Like I can say, well, I don't support equality. You don't support equality? What, do you think people are friggin', there should be a 2-tier system? Whites and non-whites or something? And as you get caught in this trap, and it's like, and then you have to, and at any time, you have to explain a long, nuanced explanation of your ideas, you lost. If you can't come up with something short and concise, you lost the point in the soundbite world. Now see, I'm trying to sit here and I'm trying to remember the points I was going on before this. Where was I? I don't know. What was it? I was talking about. Oh, I know what point I was trying to get to. So, oh yeah, serious mind, yada yada yada, and well, yeah, and criticism of anti-JWs because people who might be considered social justice warriors but might not consider themselves social justice warriors can't see the validity of those criticisms. Although, ever since YouTube ad revenue went oh no friggin' anti-SJW, you can see the true colors of some of these friggin' fake bastards who are friggin' just sitting there just friggin' collecting their shekels. That makes me mad. It just makes me mad. I don't know. What do I care? I don't know. Maybe I'm bored with life, but it's just why? Why? This means something. All this means something. When people talk about social justice, and I was talking about why I didn't support things like equality. Okay, let me get back to that. I don't support equality because, when you talk about equality, you get into the subject of equality of opportunity and equality of outcome. As a social progressive, not social progressive, as an economic progressive, I do support some aspects of a lot of aspects of equality of outcome, not just equality of opportunity. But see, you can't explain this, when someone says, "Oh, do you not support equality? You're something, what are you, a bigot, racist, sexist, freaking homophobe, blah, 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 blah." Yeah, I am, because you're a fuckwad SJW and I hate you. And my version of social justice is to get rid of your Marxist ass. Unless you have a really good point and stuff, and then I don't want to freaking back my ass up into a fascist realm. All the freaking goddamn freaking white nationalists going, yes, believe. No, fuck you too, you're a fascist. Unless they're just making you out to be a fascist, and they're the goddamn fascists. And that's it, because it's like, economically, I'm basically conservative, or liberal. I'm not really sure, but I support. I'm a post-scarcity futurist, and maybe that's just watching too much science fiction or something. But yeah. But when it comes down to the reality of it, I don't like to freaking lease society. I would be a total libertarian if I thought you could bottom, or not bottom sell, if you could freaking low bid the public good, I would believe in the libertarian principle, but you can't. Not in this technological society, because the scarcity is not there for it. In the westward expansion, that exploited the blacks and friggin' displaced the friggin' engines, you had uh, you had scarcity. You had a resource that could be exploited. Open land, open area for expansion. It was a resource pool. Resources like water. It always goes from high to low and it always trickles down unless you clog it up. And that's the problem with Reagan's trickle down philosophy is it got clogged up. And that's long problems with a lot of stuff we're seeing is it's too big to fail. But, so when I'm talking about economic conservative or economic progressive that I am, and a social conservative, there's different kinds of social conservative. I generally am an anti-authoritarian, but I tentatively called myself that dirty freaking nationalist term because I'm an anti-isolationist. I'm an isolationist, and I believe in protectionism. And I want freaking anti-deportation policy or anti-immigration policy because I want to take the resources that we have and I want to see a higher quality of life without the lemming population of humanity going right to the roof. I forgot what it's called, but it's called the Malthusian catastrophe or something like that, where you just keep breeding and freaking you can't support the goddamn population. So that's like the freaking crux of it for me. So when people say like, do you support freaking equality? No, I don't support identity politics. I don't support group protections. I support an individualist protection. And I would be an economic conservative, a libertarian, or just a true libertarian, except like I said, I don't think you can low bid the common good. So, in a way, I'm actually a left libertarian, except like I'm an opposite one from like the Noam Chomsky type, who is a social progressive and a sort of right-leaning economic conservative. And that's where I'm at. So when I have to answer all these questions like, are you skeptical? Are you not skeptical? No, I'm not. Well, yes, I am, but I think I am. I don't know if I am. I'm just some guy in a bedroom talking on a thing with a freaking sham so life, judged by the quality of the sources of the information, or the source of the information, which is me, rambling in a thing for 19 minutes now. And the point is that what was the point? Damn, it's almost there. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I just know it. I just forgot it for a second. When I don't know. Wait, I'll remember it. It's just have to think and talk and yada yada yada. Anyway, there was an important point. Oh yeah, I would be an economic conservative, but I'm not. Because like I said, you can't lowball the common good, low bid the common good. But I do actually feel that I don't want to live in an ownership society either. But yet I don't mind all those nice goodies. Like frigging a lot of things. Like I wish we had independent health care, a living wage, um, uh, guaranteed minimum income, all the nice futurist, friggin' future society things. Oh, and if I'm having a problem, I'm leaning it on my shoulder and it's driving me freaking crazy because my arm is hurting. So that's what's happening there. Oh, I can't take it. I gotta sit up. I don't care. Man, should have done that in the first place. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The point is that wait, hold on, I'm gonna pause. Okay. Alright. I remembered what I was thinking like 2 minutes later. You know. The thing is that people, here it goes, finally, it's coming now. People, what I see is people say they're skeptical of something, and since there is not supposed to be any objective truth, what it seems like to me, and perhaps we're all guilty of this, maybe I am too, of some type of magical thinking or something, or cognitive dissonance, or whatever you want to call it. But it seems like people's skepticism follows their ideological views. It's like the Matrix, except the real world, the red pill, is also a matrix. It's just two different matrices, and there's more. So that's what that's like. That's the point. Is that it's like one of those pictures where you see the old hag and the young lady, and it all just depends on how you look. Old hag, young lady, but you can't see both at the same time. But yet, if you really train your eye, or your mind, or whatever it is, you can flip back and forth real quick. And you can do it on command. I sit there and look at that, and I don't know how to explain it, but I get a certain feeling, and I look at it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to see it that way. Now I see it that way. Now, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I sit here online, and this is what I do online, Oh, look. Old hag, young lady. Old hag, young pretty lady. Go look at that picture sometime. And that's the duality of perception, of ideological view. Who's really has the closest thing to objective truth, and who's just stuck in their own narrative. I don't. I sometimes it goes by mood, even with myself. Frankly, being an economic progressive, so to speak, and a social conservative, so to speak, I conflict with myself at times. I have to sit there going, oh no, not this, not that. And I worry it becomes a truism in a way because I could just sit here and make up anything. And it'd be like, okay, well, this is like this, and this is like that, and let's see, I'm going to roll a d20 on my alignment, and, you know, it's just like, wow. There used to be a little ad in Dragon magazine, this RPG uh, uh, news publication magazine, and it had they had little cartoons in them, and it showed a wizard, a dwarf, and a freaking elf sitting around, and they were playing freaking what the hell was it? Oh, um, something like parking lots and paychecks, or something like our real world. So I gotta wonder about our real world because it seems to be in this instant feedback society. Just seems to be a lot of freaking post-facts ideological narratives. Until you start reading history, and then you realize human beings have always been like this. I read a story where they used to have conventions and debates and stuff, and they would have, and this is the partisan politics like 1800s America or something. They would have one candidate and the other candidate, and they would have each candidate would have two trucks or two carts full of musicians. And the musicians would sit there and try to play against each other to see who could be loudest, to blur the other one out. Doesn't that about say it all? So yeah, took me a half hour to freaking process all this. It should have taken about 8 to 10 minutes. But yes, that's what I see is people with narratives. And it just depends on which way you look. Really. So what is the objective truth, if there is supposed to be any objective truth? Because what I've been told is there's no fixed point of reference. But yet, strangely, all these progressive arguments I get only apply in a certain context with the social progressive ideals. But when they self-contradict, no, that's not productive. You're not being inclusive. That's just, intersectionality is an ideal that needs to be embraced. Diversity is our strength. Cut the shit. Diversity 360 for me. So when people talk about progressiveness, skepticism, try it. Break your own ideological friggin' barriers. Oh, but I got to a point where I don't want to break mine down because I just don't want to think that way. If that's not skeptical, who can really truly be skeptical? I don't know. So all the skeptic stuff and serious mind clicking off. Well, maybe you need to freaking break the freaking narrative. But then again, maybe we need people like that. So the narrative that the critics of the social progressive narrative have don't become ideologically dogmatic in themselves. Although I don't like to believe that truly. I think we would all be better off without this bullshit. And of course, I'm an atheist. I'm a freaking, I believe in the welfare state. I believe in animals. I believe in nature. Uh, I'm just a racist, biggest, sexist, freaking liberal. Or something. I'm not a damn globalist. But anyway, there's a point where I just gotta stop. And when I'm talking in this video, I'm sorry, but I'm just, to be honest and to really talk to the camera, even if it took a half hour or more, I just couldn't worry about my video quality. I just had to freaking get out what I had to say. Unfortunately, I usually try to make a video that has some kind of quality to it. Short, to the point, a couple points, and then an ending point, and leave it at that. But with this, when you talk about skepticism and all that, and quality, for example, like I was saying, I think it's important to show that things are ideologically driven. And so I don't even really know what I should say about a post-back society, except we should all be aware that there's a narrative that's going on, whether we want to admit it or not. This is curious. If you survive this long, you let me know and I'll sub you if I'm not subbed you already. Wow, man. Thank you very much. Curious out.